Relationship advice. My mom hates my wife, 33 female, and it's destroying my life. I'm a 32 male. Is there a solution to make everyone get along, even if just a few times a year? Soon after I had my first child with my wife, my mom became extremely volatile towards my wife. My mom was telling my wife how to parent a certain way and constantly demeaned and judged my wife. My wife and I put up more and more boundaries and distanced from my mom, but she continued to emotionally attack my wife. It hit a breaking point, and now I haven't seen my mom in over a year, and I hate it. My mom also hangs my larger extended family over my head, and now my dad and sister stopped talking to me. Oh, that's rough. My wife and I stopped going to things like cousins' birthday parties because my mom would be there, and my wife is terrified of being harassed. Now my wife has become a hermit and hides me, my two kids, and herself away from everyone in my previous nuclear family, including now not going to big life events like weddings if my mom will be there too. My wife never wants to see my mom ever again and keeps my two kids from seeing my mom. I get my mom has been emotionally abusive, but I think it would still be okay for my mom to see me and my kids, even if just 1 to 2 times per year at this point. But my wife won't even allow that. I feel super depressed about it all. I think my wife and my mom need to reconcile even just a bit, but it seems impossible at this point. Any suggestions on how to have my wife and mom be in the same room together just a few times a year without things going nasty? Side note, my wife and I have talked about this endlessly with therapists, but can't get a good solution. I think my mom would benefit from therapy, but she would refuse and say she has no problems. So this is my advice to the OP. My mom was also put through a similar situation by her mother-in-law. In her case, she was too young to be able to argue back, early 20s, and in her culture, it was very frowned upon to talk back to elders. As an adult, seeing how traumatized she is when she retells the story really angers me on her behalf. Luckily, she broke the cycle of mother-in-laws abusing their daughter-in-laws and is very considerate of my wife. Seeing the impact the abuse has had on my mom, I would not subject your wife to similar abuse and keep her away from your mom if your mom can't be civil. You have a duty to your new immediate family, which is your wife and kids. They should be your first priority. Let's check out the comments. Most upvoted comment by Beck 2010. So, your mom has verbally abused your wife, likely lied to other family members to turn them against her, and you think it would be okay for your kids to see her? No, right now your wife has a husband problem. Either you face your mom head on with your dad there and spill everything she has done and said and tell her you're done, or prepare to lose your wife and kids. Resentment is building because you're waffling. Like, the reality is that you and your wife and your kids have formed a new nucleus family, so you need to, like, that should be your first priority. And your mom and dad and sister now are considered kind of your extended family. So your first priority should be your immediate family. Thank you so much for watching, and please, if you think I can do anything better in this video to make your viewing experience better, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, see you in the next one.